Hi everyone, it's Burgess. Welcome to another video. I thought for today's video we could paint a toadstool with some autumn leaves. Now I'm going to leave this drawing up on the screen for you so that you can take a screenshot of it if you wish, so you can print it out and try it out. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off by taking some candle wax and trying to cover up these round blotches because they're going to be white. Now, because it's candle and it's not very precise, it's very likely that it's not covering the entire area that I wanted to cover, but I'm pressing down really hard and hoping that I hit the right spot. And because it's transparent, I can't tell where I've done it, so I may be going over some of the areas again. So now I'm going to wet the paper first. Sorry, wet the head of this toadstool. Because I've been using it. Let's see what happens when we put that down. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I still can't tell, can you? I think we'll know once we start putting down a slightly brighter sort of color, like let's put some orange down and put orange down here. This is not orange, actually, it's vermilion. See, I notice I didn't put it on all of them. See, I missed that one out. But we can always lift if we need to. We can always do some lifting. And now we're going to go in with some crimson. And I want to put it on the top here. And along the edges there. Let's just put the whole thing down. And then later on we'll do a bit of lifting. See this one? I forgot to put it on there, didn't I? I think I forgot. And this one. Yeah, I didn't put it on this. That's the thing with that. Yeah, I believe I probably didn't. It's a bit of a hit and miss with the with this, with the candle wax. You may get some, you may not get others. And I want to lift a little bit out here. Darken. See, I'm going outside the line, which I don't mind doing. And because I forgot, I must have forgotten, I'm going to try and take a sort of a bit of a tissue there and dab out some of the white here. I'm going to add some green to this alizarin crimson. Any green would do, because what you want to do is to darken it. You don't want to add too much. For the stem, I don't know if that's what it's called, we're going to add some orange to it. To the whole thing. A very, very light sort of orange. And then we'll darken the orange in some places. That's too much. And we can darken it under the... This looks like a skirt, doesn't it? It's like it's wearing a skirt. I'm going to darken that a bit more here. And a little bit out here. Maybe change the brush to a smaller one. And we can add a bit of sort of a texture under here. And we take and put markings going up. And the same with this. And again, we're using this cocktail stick. That in, put the markings there. Actually, let's go back in and sorry, you've got a glare coming in, so you can't actually see what I'm doing here. It's a very bad sort of glare. See, if you do that, there's a horrible glare coming in from the window. And if you do that, look how dark it is. So we'll try and I'll show you the photo, but I've got a horrible glare coming in, so you might find that it's looking a little bit insipid, and it's not while I'm painting it. I want to blend that. Let's go back in and add a bit more color to this upper part of the stool here, the stem. And put some line work in like this. And then blend that in. And now what we're going to do is paint. We're going to paint the leaves, and again, just any colors you like, really. I mean, this one, for example, we can make sort of orange, or yellow orange, and we can add a bit of crimson to that. And a bit of burnt sienna at the end. And we can take the skewer let's make this leaf sort of orange. And we can add burnt sienna to that as well, to the ends, and to this middle. Let's add yellow to this one first, and then we're going to add some green to it. There's burnt sienna in as well. And again with the cocktail stick, to make the middle one sort of bright red. And for this I'm going to use a different red, not crimson. Some burnt sienna, sort of at the ends and the center. Lift a little bit out here, a little bit lifting. use the skewer again. And some leaves we can just leave sort of yellowy, like this one, for example, and just sort of doing random colors really, because it's meant to be autumn, and we can add a bit of orange to it as well, like that one, I suppose. Or no, not orange. We can add burnt sienna to it, just to the sort of ends and things. And again, we can take the cocktail stick. And for the some of the remaining leaves, we can make a little bit of a very dark sort of greens, like here, for example, you've got the bright orange. There's a bit of turning here. To get that along here like this, so it looks like it's sort of turning, and then we can take the skewer here, but that didn't work, so let's just use all these are sort of the stalks and things are sort of orangey and reddish and things like that. I think I would like to redo those leaves again. So take the big brush, and what I'm going to do is take an orangey color, because those leaves didn't quite work out, did they? You know what we can do is just lift them off. Now we're going to replace them with, let's take a strong orange. Make it a little bit bigger. We want to put a bit of burnt sienna on one end. Because then I'm going to do some pulling. Take the skewer. As for this other one, I want to make a bit of burnt sienna. I'm going to put some shadows in. Let's just use some Payne's Grey for this. What about the shadows? Let's just put those in under some of the leaves. One thing I could do is a little bit of splattering, maybe, just along the top, using some red. Now I noticed that some of the markings have disappeared, so I'm going to use gouache, and you can use gouache. We can put a few more in if we like, just different sizes. So there we are. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and do consider subscribing. Thanks very much for watching my video, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you.